Welcome to Ziraat. Lovely to have you all here. We'll begin with the invocation of Hazrat Inayat Khan that I think you all are very familiar with, but we'll get it in there in the chat window just in case. Towards the one, the perfection of love, harmony, and beauty, the only being united with all the illuminated souls who form the embodiment of the Master, the spirit of guidance. Amen. And welcome, friends that have joined. And I like to give just a little explanation of Ziraat for the class, just to get us attuned to what we're doing, where we're going. So Ziraat is an activity or array that Hazrat Inayat Khan created towards the end of his life. He had several rays and focuses in the Sufi lineage of universal worship service and healing and various other rays. And towards the end, he created this Ziraat, which is really a way that we can attune to the wisdom of nature. And Ziraat in particular, that word has roots in the words for agriculture in Arabic and seed. And so there's a lot of symbology around gardening and agriculture and how that can be an esoteric teaching for our inner lives and how are we cultivating our hearts and our inner experiences. And so it's just a beautiful way of using that kind of symbology for where we're going and what we're doing. And of course, over the years, the rot has become more than just the agricultural symbology. Really, we can just attune to all the different ways that nature and the cycles of the earth and the sky and the sun can bring us into a deeper alignment with our inner experiences and the wisdom that we can learn from that. So there was a Ziraat ceremony that was created by some of his Murids soon after he died, who wanted to carry this ray forward, and so it's referring a lot to the farmer and the grape farmer and all of that. And I don't generally go into that actual ceremony, but it's certainly something to explore at some point if you wish. But I do like to bring the traditional altar that was recommended for this ceremony and for bringing us into the lodge, as they call it, the Ziraat Lodge, which is a sacred space where we do our practices. And so I have an altar that I set up with the four elements plus ether in the middle as with the um, incense. But of course, we have the earth represented by stones and seeds. And then we have the water represented here. It's from the river by the house. We have, of course, fire with the candle, and then air with feathers and feathery plants. Are you wanting to raise your hand, Katya Surya? Okay. Just know you'll be on the recording.
I wanted to ask if I could use essential oils to represent ether.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, well, that confirmation.
Yeah. I mean, there's no set rules, so whatever feels like a good ether representation for you, of course, is lovely. So, um, yeah. So there's our altar, and as we come into the lodge, we do a salutation to the elements, and really attuning to the elements which is so essential to the Sufi path that Inayat Khan brought. He offered this breath practice for almost all of his murids because it really is the bridge that we can access anywhere all the time because our bodies, that's what we're made up of, are these elements. And it's the world that we move in is made up of these elements. And that essentially is where we can access the divine. And so to bring us into the lodge, we do this salutation, and there are movements that go um, with the salutation, which I will do. You're welcome to join in or not, whatever feels comfortable for you. And the words are in the chat window for you if you want to join me in saying that. So we'll begin with earth, which is breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Oh, all productive earth, we humbly offer our love and respect to you. And for water, we'll breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Oh, all purifying water, we willingly offer our love and respect to you. And for fire, we breathe in through the mouth and out through the nose. Oh, all consuming fire, we wholeheartedly offer our love and respect to you. And for air, we breathe in through the mouth and out through the mouth. Oh, all pervading air, we gladly offer our love and respect to you. And for ether, it's very subtle, refined breath through the nose or through the nose and mouth, but as still as possible to attune to that mystery that moves through all the elements. O ether, essence of all, we passively offer our love and respect to you. We'll follow that with the prayer, Nayaz. And you're coming soon to your chat window. You need it. And they're all printed there for you too. Should have mentioned that earlier. Beloved Lord, Almighty God, through the rays of the sun, through the waves of the air, through the all-pervading life in space, purify and revivify me. And I pray, heal my body, heart, and soul. Amen. So, I always like to bring some music to attune our hearts to these elements. So, you'll be finding out very soon that our theme for today is Thanksgiving. It's our final watchword that we'll be visiting. So, I chose a song that I think relates very well to this theme and brings us in tune with all of the elements as well. Oh, let me get original sound on here real quick. All right, there we go. Let me give thanks for the simple things that come from the earth. The clouds in the sky and the wind through the trees and the river that sings to me. Hear their voices one by one, hear them as they call. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Let me give thanks for the simple things that come from the earth. The clouds in the sky and the wind through the trees and the river that sings to me. Hear their voices one by one, hear them as they call. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Let me give thanks for the simple things that come from the earth. The clouds in the sky and the wind through the trees and the river that sings to me. Hear their voices one by one, hear them as they call. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey the trees and the river that sings to me. Hear their voices one by one, hear them as they call. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Blessed be. Thank you. So, you've been with us the last few weeks, which I think most of you have. We've been visiting what's called the symbolic cycle of the farm. So again, this is a part of the Ziraat ray that was brought by Inayat Khan and his Murids after him. And so I'm going to share my screen again just so you can get a visual of the cycle of the farm. Let me just show you that real quick. I don't have any fun instruments to show you this time with the threshing. Well, that was a fun one. The flail, right? Um, so, uh, oh, whoops. I'm not sure what y'all are seeing here. I think you're seeing the cycle of the farm. Is that true? Okay. Um, so this cycle, I feel, is something that is what we're working on with our inner lives, maybe with every single breath. It's a never-ending cycle. We're always looking at the plowing process of clearing what is no longer needed and going even more refined with that with the harrowing and which is that tool that really removes all those final rocks and negative thoughts and words that still show up after we've dug down deep and looked further into our shadows. And so much of this uh, practice is the La ilaha, that clearing out, the La ilaha, where you're letting go, there is no God, none of this is the reality. And then there's illallah, which is this is God, this is the big R reality that we're striving for knowing in our lives. And so then we sow the seeds after we've cleared the land. The illallah is that sowing of the seed. What is it you're wanting to plant in your lives? And then we move to the eventually the reaping and looking at what from those seeds have we gained, what can we gather, and we do that with joy. And but that's not the final process. Then there's the threshing, which is what we visited last week, and threshing is done with basically it's separating out. It's like with the grain, and you're basically pounding the grain to get the actual juice, fruit, seed out of that seed that the grain that we've reaped, right? That we've gathered. And then our final phase is garnering, which is another fancy word for gathering the grain. And here's where we are just full of thanksgiving, celebrating the final harvest that we can now store in the barn, that we can store in our hearts, that are gathering the seeds to plant again. So, like I said, it's this never-ending beautiful cycle. And so today we get to visit garnering and Thanksgiving. So uh, I didn't know this, but like I've heard the word granary, which is where, we store the seeds, is where we get, is, related to the word garnering, which makes sense. Garner is used in a lot of different ways now in our language, but it's also used often in the Bible as symbolizing the abundant providence of the divine. And so we're now at this part of the cycle where we're gathering after we've threshed out all of the what we really want to gather from the seeds that we've sown and bring it into a state of nourishment where how can it really begin to nourish our lives? Yes, we could store it, we could pickle it, we could. This is where my friend Sarah might come in future classes and to help us bring it into a beautiful food process of how we can bring the what we've gathered from the garden into a nourishing state. Of course, that's talking more on the literal physical plane, but obviously we can use that symbology too for our inner lives. And really, at this point where we want to just recognize the gifts that have been given to us. I mean, yes, we do the work, we clear the land, we plant the seed, but it's all a very co-creative process with the divine. And ultimately, that's where we can. It's all by the grace of God, really. Every breath, every fruit, every seed that we gather, um, it's there because our beautiful, wonderful Creator, divine God has granted that for us. So it's a good time to. I think it's a great daily practice to find like what are we grateful for today, and to remember that piece and how important that Thanksgiving piece is. And um, so we're going to visit a lot of Thanksgiving today. And first, I'm going to do a little reading because I love to do readings from Inayat Khan, of course. And so this one is from Volume 5, Spiritual Liberty, Part 1. If you study your own body, you will find its mechanism to be the original model of the artificial mechanism of the world. Art and science fail if compared with that of his nature. The ear, eyes, and all the other organs, how perfectly they are adapted in shape and mechanism to the purpose which they must serve. How liberally the needs of life, water, air, and food are supplied. Even milk is prepared in the mother's breast for the unborn infant. Should we not appreciate the liberality of the Creator and thank that Creator in each moment with all humility and gratitude? Praise be to Allah, the worship of whom is the means of drawing closer to Him, and the giving of thanks to whom involves an increase of benefits. Every breath which is inhaled prolongs life, and when exhaled, it quickens the frame. In every breath, therefore, two blessings are contained, and for every blessing, a separate thanksgiving is due. So we started out with just looking at like even just the mechanism of our simply just our bodies, our eyes, our ears, all of the organs of our body are there as a gift, and how liberally the Creator gives to us the life, the water, the air, the food. Every single breath is given to us by the gift of God. And every one of those blessings should receive a separate thanksgiving, which would be Ya Shakur, which we will eventually visit, but that's a beautiful name of God that can bring us into that attitude of gratitude for each and every one of those blessings. But so I think now I want to visit a nature meditation that I'll put in your chat window and I think is also on your sheet. So just bringing ourselves into this state of gratitude for every breath. And we inhale, thou art the life. And breathing out, and thou are life's sustenance. We are here as a gift and grace from the One, from the Creator. Breathing in, thou art the life. And breathing out, and thou are life's sustenance. Breathing in, thou art the life. Breathing out, and thou are life's sustenance. We'll have a few moments of silence with those words on your breath. Few more breaths. Thou art the life, and thou art life's sustenance. So some of you may be familiar with this and some may not, but I wanted to read through, and it's kind of long, but it's going to be a beautiful meditation of Thanksgiving. So I'm going to read through the Haudenosaunee Thanksgiving Address, which is a greetings to the natural world. And so this is a translation from the Mohawk version of the Haudenosaunee Address. And I originally heard this or read it in Braiding Sweetgrass by, why can't I think of her name? Yes, thank Robin Wall Kimmerer. I could think of her last name, but not her first name, Robin Wall Kimmerer. Um, and so I also want to just let you know in this book, she, some people have asked her, like, well, is this appropriation? And I'm just going to address it and say that the person who gave her this uh, prayer and address to put in the book, um, said the more we can spread this way of bringing forth our gratitude and thanksgiving, the better off the world is. So yes, please share and please um, come to this with your full heart. And they opened every one of their meetings with this address to the elements, to the natural world, because what better way to bring ourselves into the presence of the divine and all of her beauty in the natural world. So I'll read through each part, and at the very end of each part, it says, "Now our minds are one," which I would love for you to join in with me and say that with me. And then we'll have a few breaths of just meditating on that and then move to the next one. So here we go. The people. Today we have gathered and we see that the cycles of life continue. We have been given the duty to live in balance and harmony with each other and all living things. So now we bring our minds together as one as we give greetings and thanks to each other as people. Now our minds are one. The Earth Mother. We are all thankful to our mother, the Earth, for she gives us all that we need for life. She supports our feet as we walk out upon her. It gives us joy that she continues to care for us as she has from the beginning of time. To our mother, we send greetings and thanks. Now our minds are one. The waters. We give thanks to all the waters of the world for quenching our thirst and providing us with strength. Water is life. We know its power in many forms: waterfalls and rain, mists and streams, rivers and oceans. With one mind, we send greetings and thanks to the Spirit of water. Now our minds are one. The fish. We turn our minds to all the fish life in the water. They were instructed to cleanse and purify the water. They also give themselves to us as food. We are grateful that we can still find pure water. So we turn now to the fish and send our greetings and thanks. Now our minds are one. The plants. Now we turn toward the vast fields of plant life. As far as the eye can see, the plants grow, working many wonders. They sustain many life forms. With our minds gathered together, we give thanks and look forward to seeing plant life for many generations to come. Now our minds are one. The food plants. With one mind, we turn to honor and thank all the food plants we harvest from the garden. Since the beginning of time, the grains, vegetables, beans, and berries have helped the people survive. Many other living things draw strength from them too. We gather all the plant foods together as one and send them greeting of thanks. Now our minds are one. The medicine herbs. Now we turn to all the medicine herbs of the world. From the beginning, they were instructed to take away sickness. They are always waiting and ready to heal us. We are happy they are still among us as those special few who remember how to use these plants for healing. With one mind, we send greetings and thanks to the medicines and to the keepers of the medicines. Now our minds are one. For the animals, we gather our minds together to send greetings and thanks to all the animal life in the world. They have many things to teach us as people. We are honored by them when they give up their lives so we may use their bodies as food for our people. We see them near our homes and in the deep forests. We are glad they are still here, and we hope that it will always be so. Now our minds are one. For the trees, we now turn our thoughts to the trees. The earth has many families of trees who have their own instructions and uses. Some provide us with shelter and shade, others with fruit, beauty, and other useful things. Many people of the world use a tree as a symbol of peace and strength. With one mind, we greet and thank the tree of life. Now our minds are one. The birds. We put our minds together as one and thank all the birds who move and fly about over our heads. The Creator gave them beautiful songs. Each day they remind us to enjoy and appreciate life. The eagle was chosen to be their leader. To all the birds, from the smallest to the largest, we send our joyful greetings and thanks. Now our minds are one. The four winds. We are all thankful to the powers we know as the four winds. We hear their voices in the moving air as they refresh us and purify the air we breathe. They help us to bring the change of seasons. From the four directions they come, bringing us messages and giving us strength. With one mind, we send our greetings and thanks to the four winds. Now our minds are one. The thunderers. Now we turn to the west where our grandfathers, the thunder beings, live. With lightning and thundering voices, they bring with them the water that renews life. We are thankful that they keep those evil things made by Okowisseries underground. We bring our minds together as one to send greetings and thanks to our grandfathers, the thunderers. Now our minds are one. The sun. We now send greetings and thanks to our eldest brother, the sun. Each day, without fail, he travels the sky from east to west, bringing the light of a new day. He is the source of all the fires of life. With one mind, we send greetings and thanks to our brother, the sun. Now our minds are one. Grandmother Moon. We put our minds together to give thanks to our oldest grandmother, the moon, who lights the nighttime sky. She is the leader of woman all over the world, and she governs the movement of the ocean tides. By her changing face, we measure time, and it is the moon who watches over the arrival of children here on earth. With one mind, we send greetings and thanks to our grandmother, the moon. Now our minds are one. The stars. We give thanks to the stars who are spread across the sky like jewelry. We see them in the night, helping the moon to light the darkness and bringing dew to the gardens and growing things. When we travel at night, they guide us home. With our minds gathered together as one, we send greetings and thanks to the stars. Now our minds are one. The enlightened teachers. We gather our minds to greet and thank the enlightened teachers who have come to help us throughout the ages. When we forget how to live in harmony, they remind us of the way we were instructed to live as people. With one mind, we send greetings and thanks to these caring teachers. Now our minds are one. The Creator. Now we turn our thoughts to the Creator, or Great Spirit, and send greetings and thanks for all the gifts of creation. Everything we need to live a good life is here on this Mother Earth. For all the love that is still around us, we gather our minds together as one and send our choicest words of greetings and thanks to the Creator. Now our minds are one. And closing words. We have now arrived at the place where we end our words. Of all the things we have named, it was not our intention to leave anything out. If something was forgotten, we leave it to each individual to send such greetings and thanks in their own way. Now our minds are one. We have about 10 minutes left, and I think it would be sweet if I pause the recording. And if there's one word, a few words of something you want to share, what you're thankful for in this moment, let's have a little time of sharing. So we're going to close out here with a pretty simple song that I think a lot of you are familiar with. It's from Aliella. It's Ya Shakur, La ilaha illallah. Ya Shakur, Ya Shakur, Ya Shakur. Ya Shakur, Ya Shakur, Ya Shakur. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Ya Shakur, Ya Shakur, Ya Shakur. Ya Shakur, Ya Shakur, Ya Shakur. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Ya Shakur, Ya Shakur, Ya Shakur. Ya Shakur, Ya Shakur, Ya Shakur. La ilaha Shakur, Ya Shakur, Ya Shakur, Ya Shakur, Ya Shakur, Ya Shakur, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah. One more time. Ya Shakur, Ya Shakur, Ya Shakur, Ya Shakur, Ya Shakur, Ya Shakur, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah. Grateful for beautiful heart songs that can so beautifully express that gratitude. Keep singing that one, y'all. We'll close with the prayer Khatum from Anayat Khan. It's in your chat window if you need it. O thou who art the perfection of love, harmony, and beauty, the only being, unite. Oh, sorry. I got distracted because I was turning original sound off as I'm trying to say a prayer. That's what happens. Okay, focusing. Khatum. O thou who art the perfection of love, harmony, and beauty, the Lord of heaven and earth, open our hearts that we may hear thy voice, which constantly cometh from within. Disclose to us thy divine light, which is hidden in our souls, that we may know and understand life better. Most merciful and compassionate God, give us thy great goodness. Teach us thy loving forgiveness. Raise us above the distinctions and differences which divide men. Send us the peace of thy divine Spirit, and unite us all in thy perfect being. Amen. Thank you, friends.